Good morning, everybody. Wes Davies here. Welcome back to day number 2 here of my exploration of Keelung City in northern Taiwan. Last night I went to the night market, and wow, that is one of the best night markets I think I've ever seen. I've heard it may be one of the best in Taiwan. That is a food lovers night market. There are just hundreds of stalls of delicious, unique, amazing food. And I got a couple really interesting dishes. So I started the night off right. I got a plate of these delicious fried octopus balls. And sometimes you get them, they're more batter, less octopus. This one was more octopus, less batter. Each one had a tiny baby little octopus inside of it. It was just a fantastic way to start off my evening last night at the Keelung market. Next, I hit up a stall which was selling something that I've never seen before in Taiwan, which was a fried eel soup. So they have these really chunky, large pieces of deep fried eel which they put into a very flavorful, I think, soy sauce broth with a little bit of cilantro sprinkled over top. That was so delicious. The fish was soft. It was falling off the chopsticks. There were a couple bones inside, but they just slide right out. And last but not least, I got a famous sandwich, which a couple of my friends turned me on to last time I was up here filming another video. And this sandwich was incredible, very, very unique. It was just white bread with a nice thin pork chop in the middle, tons of cucumbers and mayonnaise, and then a secret ingredient, a little bit of what I think is peanut butter. Really good food. I think that would be great for breakfast. And now, as you can see, I am back out exploring Keelung. I've made it down to the harbor. There's a couple spots I want to check out, and then we're going to take the drive up to one of the most famous little cities in Taiwan. So this is the first stop here. This is the Aguina Shipyard Relics. And this is leftover again from the Japanese colonial period in Keelung. This is where they would bring in those huge boats and load them, get them ready for everything to be shipped out to the harbor. One interesting thing I did learn about this place in my research is that actually Chris Evans of Captain America fame and a team of filmmakers came here and they shot a trailer for one of the Call of Duty video games. And you can kind of see why. If you've ever played those video games, you'll know that they often do battle in ancient and falling apart concrete ruins just like this. Okay, I've reached the Heping Island Park. And this is a private park, so I had to pay 80 NT to get in here. Roughly $3 Canadian, but so far quite beautiful. There's all these very, very interesting geological formations. They said it was created over millions and millions of years, the tides and erosion, and apparently this is a bit of a wildlife preservation area. And you'll notice far in the distance, that's where I was yesterday. That's the coal plant and the fort up on top of that ridge over there. All right, all finished up with the Heping Park. Pretty interesting. Yeah, 80 NT, you get to see some interesting features in Taiwan that you don't really get to see too many other places. I'm just gonna reapply my sunscreen because, you know, I don't wanna get totally fried out here. Okay, I'm about halfway to Jiufen, and I just had to pull off to the side of the road and stop here because I was here 3 or 4 months ago when I was filming my video about the top 3 ways Taiwan is an agricultural leader in Asia. And so I came right here to this park, and since then this has been one of my fondest memories of filming that video, is coming here, seeing this huge bay stretched out before me, crystal clear blue water. And if you look just up in the distance, up in those hills, that is Jiufen. That is where I'm going. So I've got a little bit of a trek left climbing up that mountain, but I'm really, really looking forward to it. I can't wait to try some of those traditional foods, and you will see exactly why I love Jiufen so much. You will see how beautiful it is. All right, I have arrived here in Jiufen, and this is the view from up top here. It's just pretty spectacular. I've reached the interior of the Jiufen Old Street, and it's really nice walking around down here. It kind of snakes its way through all these buildings. It's covered, which is nice because I know it rains up here a lot. Bit touristy, maybe, but definitely lots to check out here. I'm gonna look for something to eat. All right, got my first little snack here. It's Taiwanese barbecued sausage. Let's try it out. Pretty good, actually. It's not quite as sweet as most of them are. I just had some quick lunch. I found a little stinky tofu soup shop, Ma La Chou Tofu Zhong La, and that was pretty tasty. Actually, the tofu was nice and soft, and the sauce was pretty sweet and a little bit spicy. I think maybe that's the tourist version. Wasn't quite as powerful or as stinky or as spicy as some of the ones I usually get, but it was still good. So Jiufen, the town here, was essentially a Japanese-era gold rush town. I guess the mountains of this area were known to contain some amounts of gold. So I guess everybody flocked up here to build these tiny little villages in the mountains, in the foothills, to act as hubs during that gold rush. This town definitely has a very interesting old school Japanese era vibe to it, and it is full of little beautiful tea houses like this where you can go and enjoy some Taiwanese oolong tea. So the popularity of this town, Jiufen, got kind of reinvigorated in around 2001 with the release of that movie Spirited Away, because a lot of people saw some resemblance between the style of this town and the downtown of that movie, that Hayao Miyazaki movie. So people kind of flocked back to Jiufen, hoping to get that nostalgic, old Japanese feeling that you get from that movie, and that I'm pretty much getting here in Jiufen. What is this? I found this cave. I'm not exactly sure what it's for, but it's definitely very, very cool. And you can see people have scrawled their names into the walls of this place over the years, and you can see some dates, you know, decades back. So obviously this place has been here and thriving for a very long time. All right, I just had some excellent coffee at this very quaint little coffee shop, very well decorated. And there was a nice, friendly cat there to keep me company. And I've got to say, that coffee was some of the best I've had in Taiwan. I think he roasts it all right there in the shop, and it was just so flavorful and powerful and black, exactly the way I like it. So I'm just taking you now down that very iconic street here in Jiufen. Alright, so I'm just finished up here in beautiful Jiufen. Gonna hop back on my scooter, head all the way back to Keelung, where I'm going to take a rest, do a little bit of video editing, and then later on I will show you one of my favorite restaurants that I've found here in my couple days that I've spent here. So I'm just gonna enjoy this peaceful atmosphere here for another couple of minutes, and I will catch up with you guys a little bit later on this evening. I actually get a bit lost in here. I can't quite remember which street my scooter's on. I'll find it. Good morning, everybody, and this is the day that I leave Keelung and start heading down the west coast. Big moment in the trip where I start heading south again. That was a wonderful couple of days in Keelung. I really enjoyed that city and all the exploration, all the history, and the scenery here. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I got here. There's just so many little hidden gems, beautiful mountains. It's all along the ocean. There's even a beach here, which I just came across randomly this morning on my way out of town. I know last night I said that I was going to take you to my favorite restaurant, but I didn't end up getting hungry again. Here's a picture of the first night that I tried some of the best fried chicken I've ever had. Without further ado, I'm gonna hop back on the road and start making my way down the west coast. Thank you guys so much for following me on this journey. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, follow me on Instagram. That's where I've been posting a lot of stories so far along this trip, and I will see you very soon. Bye guys.